so rotten she wants migrants picking cotton. We present to you Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, who made this shocking argument why America needs immigrants. Roll it, Alfred.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands.
Did you catch what happened when Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett went head-to-head with Megyn Kelly and Greg Gutfeld? It was intense, one of those live debates you simply can't look away from. And honestly, you wouldn't want to. Known for her bold claims and fiery delivery, Crockett stepped into the spotlight aiming to spark a conversation about illegal immigration. Crockett also made headlines with another pointed comment: "No blacks and whites on a wedding cake." This clip resurfaced because she had previously criticized Florida Representative Byron Donalds for marrying a white woman once again.
That's what she does. She puts out this video of her acting in a certain way, and that's how she fundraises.
We actually did a bit of a deep dive on her after my old colleague from Fox News, Todd Starnes, posted something on X not long ago, Walter. He posted the following: Jasmine Crockett wants you to think she's from the hood, that she grew up on the streets. The exact opposite is true. She attended an exclusive day school where tuition is nearly $35,000 a year. She also attended Rhodes College, a private school where tuition is nearly $55,000 a year. She's cosplaying a gangsta. So we looked up her background. She was born in St. Louis. She's 43. Her dad was a Baptist pastor and a teacher. Her mother worked in a post office. She graduated from Mary Institute and St. Louis Country Day School, one of the most expensive private schools in the city. Indeed, the current tuition, $35,000.
Putting her in the news. Kelly and Gutfeld didn't hold back. They came prepared, ready to challenge every claim Crockett made. This wasn't just a political debate, it felt more like a strategic duel, a battle of wit and tactics. Crockett fought hard, bringing her signature energy to make her case. But here's the key point: flair alone wasn't enough. Gutfeld's sharp humor and Kelly's precise breakdowns quickly exposed cracks in her arguments, making it tough for her to maintain control. If you enjoy watching live political drama unfold, moments like this are unmissable. And yes, hitting that subscribe button ensures you stay in the loop for these high-stakes exchanges. From the start, Crockett came ready to perform, emphasizing the value of immigrants to the United States and positioning herself as a passionate advocate. But against skilled opponents like Kelly and Gutfeld, her arguments faced relentless scrutiny, and the pressure made it clear that passion alone couldn't carry the day.
Jasmine Crockett's got another hot take: no blacks and whites on a wedding cake. The Democrats' new chosen one, Jasmine Crockett, is in the news again for an old clip where she attacked Florida Rep. Byron Donalds for marrying a white woman. Roll it, Bertha.
The fact that you sitting around talking about life was better under Jim Crow, is this because you don't understand history, or literally it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you?
That's not very...
Her opponents jumped on her statements immediately, dissecting them with precision and intensity. First, Gutfeld brought his signature mix of sharp humor and pointed critique, diving straight into the deeper implications of Crockett's claims. He challenged her narrative directly, highlighting how illegal immigration impacts economic systems in ways politicians often overlook or perhaps choose to ignore. Then Megyn Kelly stepped in with her composed, no-nonsense style, the kind only a seasoned media professional can deliver. She methodically examined Crockett's points, almost like a lawyer breaking down an opponent's case in court. Kelly highlighted contradictions and pressed Crockett on the practical consequences.
Do you share your boxcar with people of color?
I do.
Yeah.
My boxcar does not know race, does not know gender. It is a welcome space where only deodorant is not welcome. I like this Jasmine Crockett lady, right?
It's a great name, isn't it, for a villain?
Yeah.
Crockett is the whitest last name you could ever have.
Sonny Crockett, Miami Vice.
Yes?
It's like the whole thing is like, because I've seen her, she's very well spoken, and then she gets on certain programs and lets it. So maybe this whole thing is like a Netflix documentary, like a new spin on Dr. Jekyll and Mrs.
Of her position's questions, Crockett struggled to answer effectively. This debate wasn't just about immigration policy. It also tested public persona and political credibility. Crockett's performance came under scrutiny, as if the layers of presentation were being peeled back to reveal what lay beneath. Each time she tried to defend her positions with passionate claims, Gutfeld and Kelly responded with sharp, factual rebuttals that left her scrambling to maintain her footing. Crockett did manage to push back a few.
This woman, I've had about enough of her. She wants to be like a member of the squad. She thinks of herself like an AOC. She talks like, she's from the hood. Meanwhile, she grew up in a nice family. She didn't talk like this 3 years ago. 3 years ago, she sounded like you and I sound in this conversation. Like, I'm really excited to be going to Congress. I can't wait to get started on my new job. And now she's like, we need to smack him in the head.
We know that we work for the American people, and what we're not gonna do is stand around when they pull this that they trying to pull right now.
Like, what? What are you? We have videotape. Why are you talking like that? No one believes this bullshit. And now she's graduated to acting like a thug. So congratulations, your term in the U.S. Congress is going really well.
Few times, passionately reminding viewers of the vital role immigrant-driven progress has played in American history. Yet even these points were undercut, as Gutfeld's sharp humor turned her references into critiques of current illegal immigration challenges. Megyn Kelly followed by questioning her grasp of the legislative process, emphasizing that enthusiasm without a clear understanding of policy can lead to empty promises. As the debate wore on, Crockett's frustration became increasingly apparent. She tried to reclaim control with more earnest defenses, but her usual confidence was clearly being tested, visible in her expressions and audible in her.
So this is funny. Jasmine Crockett sits on the Judiciary Committee, and about a month ago, Walter, I testified.
Yes,
before the
we saw this.
Yeah, and the hearings, the full committee hearings, are quite long. You can be there for over 4 hours. So, and they let the most junior members ask questions last. So I had to sit for quite a long time. And then at the very end, Jasmine Crockett, who I had never heard before, suddenly started screaming at me and Michael Schellenberger. And when you're a witness in Congress, you have to pay attention to what everybody says, because you never know when you're going to be asked an actual question and allowed to, maybe even allowed to speak. But I could not understand what she was saying. She was moving from one thing to another, and she was doing all that code switching stuff with the y'alls and y'all-eyeing on
her tone. She continued to highlight the contributions of immigrants, yet her momentum steadily waned under the relentless scrutiny. Meanwhile, the commentators probed her background, not her personal origins, but her intellectual and political positioning, underscoring that in this debate, where she stood ideologically mattered far more than where she came from. Gutfeld aimed to undermine Crockett's position by pointing out the apparent contradictions between her rhetoric and reality. Using humor to make his point, Megyn Kelly, meanwhile, drew viewers' attention to Crockett's struggle with tough, detailed questions. She stressed that politicians need to back up their statements with hard data and practical solutions, something Crockett seemed to struggle with under pressure. The commentators also referenced a past incident in which Crockett criticized a fellow lawmaker's personal choices and questioned the sincerity of Kelly's own socially conscious positions. The exchange highlighted how Crockett's arguments occasionally veer into performance rather than substance, a critique often directed at younger politicians trying to balance media presence with political responsibility. Even as Crockett worked to hold her ground, what captivated viewers most was the shift in dynamics the confrontation revealed.
Is she making any point there?
Like this makes me wish my mom made different father
revealed. It was a clear example of modern political discourse, where the line between policy, debate, and entertainment is often blurred. and seriousness can quickly turn into spectacle. The discussion underscored the challenge politicians face today: how to be both competent legislators and compelling public figures. Crockett does have supporters who praise her for offering a fresh, authentic perspective that resonates with younger voters seeking change. But Gutfeld and Kelly's critiques highlighted a more fundamental lesson: style alone isn't enough. To succeed on such prominent stages, politicians must be thoroughly prepared and grounded in solid knowledge. The tension in the room rose as the cameras rolled, and Crockett attempted to shift focus back to her projects and future goals, trying to steer the conversation away from the mounting criticism. Yet even so, it was clear that the encounter had already left its mark. Questions about her approach and depth seemed to affect Crockett more than she may have realized, and the clarity of her opponent's counter-arguments lingered. This wasn't just a personal clash, it reflected the broader political climate, where elected officials must navigate intense scrutiny not only from colleagues and constituents, but also from sharp media personalities. Crockett faced a trial by fire in this setting, where every word was dissected and even brief pauses felt loaded with meaning. So, what do you think? Does her passionate advocacy for immigrant rights hold up under scrutiny, or do the criticisms of her approach carry more weight? Share your thoughts in the comments below. These conversations thrive because of your input.